Have you ever had an idea so big you were absolutely convinced it could change the world? Well, today we're diving into a business proposal sent to Universal Studios that is exactly that, and honestly, so much more. It's this sprawling, ambitious vision from an entrepreneur named Jasper Strongman, and it weaves together social media, crypto, and a really powerful story of personal trauma. So let's get into it. Right off the bat, that's one of the most audacious claims from the proposal. I mean, think about that. The goal isn't just to compete with a giant like Meta, but to outperform it by many times, and to do it in the first year. That kind of claim immediately sets the stage for a story with sky-high ambition and incredibly high stakes. So, what is this plan, really? Who is the person driving this thing? And how in the world is it all supposed to fit together? In this explainer, we're going to unpack this whole fascinating proposal, piece by piece, and try to understand the universe it's trying to build. Okay, let's start with the pitch itself. What was actually being offered to Universal Studios? So the ask is for a strategic investment somewhere between $50 and $250 million. But this isn't just seed money for one company. No, this is for a piece of an entire ecosystem of interconnected businesses all designed to work together to generate massive revenue and supposedly create some profound social change. And when I say ecosystem, I mean it's vast. The whole thing is called Love Transcends, and it includes everything from a social network, LT Social, and a new crypto called Miracle Coin, to actual physical experiences like universal-themed cruise ships and a huge VR gaming center. And get this, it even stretches into social services, with in-home recovery and mental health care and an online thrift store. Every single piece is designed to feed into all the... a plan this ambitious needs a really powerful reason to exist. So to understand the why behind Love Transcends, we have to look at the founder, Jasper Strongman, and the personal story that he puts right at the center of his mission. Looking at this timeline from his own autobiography, Strongman's journey has been one of both advocacy and, frankly, immense personal struggle. He trademarks the name Love Transcends way back in 2013, but the real turning point seems to be in 2019, when he went public with these severe allegations of personal trauma that he says became the absolute engine for this whole mission. And in his own words, it's crystal clear. The mission is a direct, visceral response to what he says he lived through. The documents frame this entire venture not just as a business, but as a crusade, one born from suffering, with the goal of building systems to protect other people who've been victimized. So, with that really personal context in mind, let's explore the first major pillar of this plan, a new cryptocurrency that's designed to completely change how we value our own data. The proposal calls it Miracle Coin, or MC, and the core idea is pretty simple. You should get paid for your own data. The whole system is designed to generate these miracle coins from the stuff we already do every single day. Sending texts, making calls, sharing files, and turn all that digital activity into actual, tangible value. And here's where it gets really interesting. The proposal positions Miracle Coin as the polar opposite of something like a central bank digital currency. A CBDC is basically just a digital dollar, right? It's issued and controlled by the government. Miracle Coin, on the other hand, is pitched as a decentralized currency that is generated by the people for the explicit purpose of putting wealth directly back into their pockets, cutting out the middleman. Now, let's be real, the crypto world can be the Wild West. This report from Scam Sniffer shows just how rampant scams and phishing attacks are, with people losing millions. Strongman's proposal essentially argues that by creating a more stable, regulated, and user-focused crypto system, Universal could step in, solve these huge problems, and make digital finance safe and accessible for everyone. At the very center of this new economy is the social platform, LT Social. So let's take a look at how this platform is supposed to completely reimagine how we connect with each other online. So LT Social is designed around these different tiers of connection. You've got your inner circle, which is this super private space for your closest friends, your chosen family. Then there's fanships, which is more like a traditional public feed. But the bigger focus here is on mental well-being, with all these built-in safety features like content filtering and limited comments, all designed to make it a less toxic place to be. Now, for any creators out there, this is the part you'll want to hear: the money. Their proposal outlines a subscription model called self-celebrity. And if you compare it to a platform like OnlyFans, which gives creators an 80% cut, LT Social's proposal is to give a whopping 98% to the creator. The platform only takes 1%, and the last 1% goes to a charity of the creator's choice. That is a game-changing model. The documents also make some really bold projections for what a normal user could earn. The big aspirational goal is for verified users to make at least $1,500 a month just from ad revenue. But then, tucked away in the details, there's a more conservative model that suggests something closer to $5 a day. It just goes to show you the massive scale of the ambition here, even if the numbers are a bit all over the place. Of course, any vision this grand is going to face some major hurdles, and for Love Transcends, those challenges are both systemic and deeply, deeply personal, and they all revolve around the serious allegations made by its founder. Strongman's entire mission is rooted in what he describes as a fight against a human trafficking situation. And while this chart isn't directly tied to his specific case, it's a stark reminder that human trafficking is a very real, devastating global problem. It adds a whole lot of sobering weight to the issues he's raising. And the proposal doesn't shy away from this at all. It consistently and unflinchingly details Strongman's allegations that he's a victim of human trafficking, orchestrated by a named city official. He frames these ongoing legal fights as both the core motivation for his work and the biggest obstacle standing in his way. Now, this is a really crucial point of clarification that comes directly from the source documents. The legal challenges we're talking about are part of Strongman's pursuit of justice for himself. The documents do not say there are any active investigations against him or his company. It's a narrative about his personal fight for advocacy and redress. So finally, let's zoom all the way out. What's the big idea, the soul of this venture that holds all these different pieces together? To get that, we have to look at the philosophy that's woven all the way through the proposal. The documents bring up this really fascinating philosophical concept called ontological rootedness, and it perfectly captures the mission. It's this deep, fundamental human need to feel grounded, to feel validated, to feel like we actually belong and have a home in the world. And the proposal suggests that every part of this Love Transcends universe is built to help people find that exact feeling. It even pulls from ancient wisdom, quoting Plato, to frame this entire thing as part of a timeless, universal human quest. So it's not just about tech or making money. It's about this deep-seated desire for wholeness that Love Transcends is trying to fulfill. So where does that leave us? What is this thing really? Is it a practical blueprint for a better, more equitable world, all powered by tech and a new way of thinking about money? Or is it a raw, deeply personal manifesto born directly from one man's unimaginable trauma? Or maybe it's just a fascinating and maybe even cautionary tale about what ambition looks like in the 21st century. The proposal itself doesn't give you an easy answer. It just leaves you to wonder.